Hey all of you, hope you guys are great. So in the last video we have completed our notification component. If you haven't watched that, I link in the I button on the description so you guys can follow it. Here we are back in the project and now we're going to start working on our next component. Simply close that one, and this time the component we're going to work on is the component we'll pick is this profile component. So let's import React. Then we have to import the image that's coming from next image. Then we have to do the internal import. We have to import the icons, so all the icon which is coming from the CSV. Then we have to import the style CSS file. Then we have to import the images that's coming from client images. Now we have to work on the component. So we have to receive couple of props: set open profile and use balance address. So these are the props we're going to pass inside the profile component. And now we have to work on a JSX. So we'll take this fragment, we'll take a div. It will have a class card and it will have a div called image. Then we'll take another image tag, and in that we have to pass the class avatar image. We'll provide the source of the images, which is the client one. Then we have to take the width 80%, 80 pixels, and we'll take the height to 80. And it will have an on-click function. We'll say set open profile true, and we'll close that one. So when someone will click on this, we're going to open our profile model, profile component. So we'll come here, we're going to take this spam, and here we're going to display the address. Then we'll have a paragraph, and in that we're going to display short like user balance and this short description. You can type whatever you want. Help you securely distributed any type of media at scale, freeing and your from restrictive platform, middleman and algorithm to limit. So this is the dummy text I found. That's I'm simply writing, which is there in the Figma design. Simply close this one. We'll take a div. It will have a class called share, and here we'll display all the icons. So we'll have this and we'll display our icons. GitHub. Now we have to close this one. Let's take the another icon, and this time the icon we're going to pick is Twitter. Close this one. Take the third icon. This will be our Instagram, and close this one. Then we'll have the another icon which is a YouTube, and we have to close this one. So we got all of the icons. Now we have to close this entire share component, and now we have to take our button for closing. So we'll say set open profile to false, and it will close up the model, and then we have to simply close all the component. Okay, simply export the profile, and that's it. So this is the entire JSX we have written for the profile component. Pretty simple, pretty decent. All we have to do is to send the props and everything will be working fine. So we are receiving this prop and we are passing all of this thing in the data field. Looks good. Now what we can do is, here we have the CSS hardcoded data, and that's coming from client. This is the function for opening, and this is the address of the user. So right now we don't have it, so simply comment this one, and now we can take this dummy and dummy address, we pass it because we don't have the data. If we render like this, it will throw us an error. So it looks good. All of things are looking absolutely fine. Okay, this is the balance. Let's let it be there and close this one, and now we can start working on the CSS file. Now come here, work on a card with 17 em, height 22.5 em, transition 1 second, easy in out, clip path, polygon, and we have to simply provide this. So this is the one I simply found it, so I'm simply passing that for the clip path. So there are a lot of tools which you can use for designing the clip path, and that's what I have used here. Border top right radius 20 pixels, border bottom left radius 20 pixels, display flex direction column, background linear gradient, come down, card span, font width bold, color white, text align center, display block, font size 1 rem, card info, font width 400, color white, display block, text align center, font size 72 em, margin 1 em, target the card image, width 4.8 em, height 4.8 em, background white, border radius 5 pixels, margin auto. Let's target the card share, margin top 1 ram, display flex, justify content center, gap 1 ram. Come down, we'll target the card A, color white, transition points again, easy in out, target the A over effect, color this. Then we have to come and target the button, and we say padding 0.8 ram, 1.7 em, display block, margin auto, border radius 25 pixels, border none, and font width bold, background linear gradient. We'll have the color RGB, transition 0.4 second, easy in out, card button over effect, background linear gradient. This is the primary gradient color we are using over the period. Now color white, cursor pointer, and that looks good. So that's the entire CSS we have written for the profile component. So close this one. This is the span one, info, this one is the image, this is the share one, anchor, over effect, the button one, and the button over effect. So hope this I think makes sense to all of you guys, and you guys have followed that one. Now all we have to do is to simply import the component. So we can come here, we can import the component. So we'll say profile, and you can see slowly our components are growing. So we're going to place that component right below the form components here. So let's take a p tag, we'll say profile, and that's called the component, and save it, and this will work absolutely fine. Save it, come back to the application, reload the application, and here you can see no more error we have. So we have logo, notification, this is the card, this is the donate function, and this is the profile component, looking absolutely beautiful. We have this animation, you are clicking and you are getting this error, means everything's working fine. So things are looking pretty good. We have built this component as well, and this is the checkbox we have. So fine to me, no more issues here. We are displaying this dummy data, but you can display the data you want. So that looks good. Come here, and that's the only thing I want to cover in this video. Hope you guys have followed this. If you guys have encountered any error, rewatch the video and try to compare your code with the code we have written, because everything is working fine from my end. You can see that. So let's move to the next video.